Hey everybody. I just want to talk for a minute. Can I talk for a minute? I'll wait until we hopefully have some people pop on. If not, then I'll go ahead and you can watch it later. I just had something on my heart I wanted to share. I am working on this ship row behind me. It's kind of a nightmare piece. The paint was peeling off, so I had to strip it down, and then I found another layer of brown paint underneath the white paint that was there, and so I had to strip it again to get the brown paint off, and then I get to put the primer on because I'm using Wiesel, and there's some bleed through. So I'm having to wait a little bit, but I have to put for those of you who don't know about how this primer works with Wiesel, it's a stain blocking primer, and you have to wait 4 to 6 hours between each coat so that it can lock in the stain. So right now, I've got a coat on there, and then I'm gonna put another coat on there in just a minute. So anyway, if you're on there, will you tell me hi and let me know you're there? If not, then I'm going to go ahead and just share this, and you can watch it later. It's Saturday, and it's not really raining, but it's cloudy and kind of cold. And we've had rain here for like 365 days, it feels like. It hadn't been that long, but we've had a lot of rain lately, and I'm kind of tired of it. I'm kind of tired of the rain. I need some sunshine. So anybody else in Arkansas needs some sunshine. But I just wanted to talk about, who's sick of hearing about the pandemic. I think maybe all of us are a little bit, but then we're also sucked into it. So it's like we're sick of it, but it's there and it's in our face, and there's nothing we can do about it. So I just wanted to kind of just share some, not really thoughts. I mean, some thoughts, I guess. I'm not sharing anything life-changing for sure. But everyone's telling us not to panic, and that's exactly what we should not be doing. We should not be panicking at all. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been struggling this week. I've been not really panicked, uneasy, unsettled. Maybe that's more what it is, because it is something that we've never seen before in our lifetime. It is something that we don't really know exactly how to navigate. So it is really unsettling to be in this, and I don't like to feel unsettled. I like to feel stable, I like to feel secure, and I don't like unsettled. So I had to back away and just really get quiet and get with the Lord, and just check my heart and make sure that I didn't have some fear creeping in that I needed to deal with. And I don't think it's fear right now. It's more worry. but I'm trying not to do that. So I'm trying anytime I feel myself worrying about things, then I'll shift my focus. And that's kind of how the only way we're going to be able to get through this is if shifting our focus. I actually had to take a break from my news feed in Facebook because I just felt it just stirring up even more. Now I'm absolutely still on social media. I can't get away from it because this is where you are and I belong to you. So, but as far as my personal news feed, I decided to stop looking at it, and I started just checking my notifications to see if there was something I needed to check, and checking my business pages. So that's helped because I'm not just caught up in everything coronavirus. So, that might be something that you might do to help you, is just to take a break, just take a breather from it. I'm still watching the news a little bit. I'm trying not to watch it constantly, but I found myself like sitting in the recliner just sucked into it. I mean, and that's all I was doing, even if it was just funny stuff that I was sending to my friends or things like that. It was just consuming me. And that's not how we're going to get through this. We're not going to get through this if it consumes us. We have to keep on with life, even though it's different now because all of our kids are home until April 17th here. We have to make a new normal. And I think that we have to be, this is definitely going to change the world after this is through. It's going to change a lot of people on how we do things. There probably will be a lot more online buying after this because people who don't normally online buy have figured it out, have had to, and they see that it's kind of convenient. And there's so much that we don't know that's going to change from this. But I think that's good to some point, but I think we have to be careful because we can get too caught up in thinking that our social media relationships replace our real relationships with people. And we have to be very careful with that. You know, we're always griping about our teenagers that all they do is text each other. They don't get on the phone and call each other. And so we have to be really mindful of what we're getting into the habit of doing. So intentionally making phone calls. You know what? Let's take a lesson from the past and handwrite letters again. I mean, how awesome is that? I've got a notebook and a book to two of my best friends, journals to two of my best friends. They're all three separate, and I'm writing letters to them. I'm not good at doing it as often as I should, but I plan on getting better with this because I have a little bit more time. But I'm writing to them so that one day they will have something from me. You know, Lord, heaven forbid something happened to me, but they'll have something for me that's handwritten for me, and they'll get to keep forever. So, just writing letters. Try not to get caught up on staying on Facebook all the time, and also be careful of getting. I mean, we all joke about binge watching Netflix and stuff like that, and I'm guilty of it. I mean, I binge watch Netflix and all of that, but be careful of it. Maybe read a book. Do something that really stimulates your brain. So take a lesson from the past. So and don't get caught up too much in changing too much. I mean, we're all going to change from this. But we can change. We can make the choice to change for the better, and so let's do that. Let's make a choice to change for the better. Here's what I know. I know that God is still God, and He is still in control, and that I believe that He can bring some good out of this. And I think that if you're a believer, you most definitely need to be praying like crazy right now. I think that it's just the time, and I think it's pretty awesome that we have the opportunity to connect with our Lord this way at this time, and to be able to step in and be intercessories for others. So I think that that's really great. So, and I'm not going to get into preaching, but I did want to share with you some ways, I'm seeing, and I'm a huge supporter of small businesses, because I have a small business, and this is going to hurt us. It really is going to hurt us. We're already feeling it. And then if we come out in a recession, in a deep recession, then it's going to hurt us even more. And quite honestly, the hard truth is, some of them aren't going to make it through this. it hurts my heart. It hurts my heart that there's going to be businesses that aren't going to be able to survive this. Because I love small businesses. I love that when I buy something from a small business, that it's going to support that family, not a big corporation. And that my purchase truly matters to them. So I think that we all need to make an intentional decision to support our small businesses during this time, however we can. Now look, there's a lot of people not buying stuff, and I get it. The future is shaky. We don't know if we'll have a paycheck next week. Will our husbands be able to go to work? I mean, my husband works at a paper mill, and with 900 people, and one day they said if one person comes in with this virus, they're shutting the mill down. And then, we can draw unemployment, but unemployment, is not that much. So it's really scary, and I get that people don't want to buy. But I want to give you some things how you can help your social media or your small business, people that you love, how you can help them without having to spend any money. You can help them right now by being active on their social media. If you're in the small business, you should be taking advantage of this like crazy right now. You should be all over Facebook and Instagram and TikTok if you do it. I hadn't quite figured that one out. Twitter, whatever. But you should be working your social media and building your social media like crazy. I have been helping a friend of mine with her boutique, coming up with ideas to get through this, and to not only get through this, but let's get something out of it. It's not just about surviving, but what are we going to learn from this? And I think that's where our mindset needs to be, is what are we going to learn from this? I truly believe our government is learning a whole lot right now. But on a smaller scale, like what am I going to learn from this? And I think that's where our focus needs to be right now, not necessarily on if the numbers doubled. The number of cases have doubled today or anything like that. We need to focus on what we can do, what we can control, and let go of everything that we cannot control. So be active on their social media, comment on their posts, share their posts with other people. Look, your friends might not be worried about it. Your friends might have a disposable income that it doesn't put them in a bad place, and you share their posts and they're like, heck, I'm gonna buy that. And so they wouldn't have seen it unless you shared it. So you helped your small business person that you love, because you support them, by just sharing their stuff, and you didn't have to spend a dime, but you helped them out. And right now, I think what I'm learning with all of this is how can we serve each other better in a different way. And this is how you can serve your small businesses in this area, because you can follow their pages, you can like their posts, you can comment, you can share, you can be active on their lives, which I see people talking, so I'm going to read comments in just a minute, but I'm blind and I can't see that far. So you know what? Here's a great little tip. Under most pages, I know under mine, there's a tab that, where it has the home, about, and photos and stuff. There's a tab under there that says community, and you can scroll down a little bit and it says invite, and you can click on that invite button, and you can invite your friends to like a page. So if you have a small business that you love and that you want to support them, then go on there and invite your friends to like their page. I mean, what a great honor. It would be a super honor for me if you invited your friends to like my page, because that means that you value me, and that's awesome for us. And we kind of need that little pick me up. Now, you're not spending dollars, but you're spending a little bit of time to support your small business. So, think about that. Next time you're scrolling through and you see your favorite ice cream shop Facebook come through, and you're like, hey, I need to invite, just go over there and invite your friends to like that page. So just some different things that you can do and not spend any money. Because we need you. We need you. And I know you're going crazy with the kids at home and you not being able to go to work. I mean, some people, like California is completely shut in, and oh my gosh, I would go crazy. We can still go out, but we keep our distance. We have our social distancing. Speaking of, social distancing does not mean social isolation. I read that somewhere when I was stuck in Facebook scrolling through, and that's so true. Stay connected to people. Stay connected to your people. We need each other because we can get. And I know this from just working for 2.5 years at home. Is that I can get lost in this world of mine where it's just me and my son and my husband, and forget about the world outside, forget about my friends. And I have had to learn to be intentional about reaching out to them and talking to them and making sure they're okay and things like that. So, staying at home, being stuck at home doesn't mean that you need to fall into that isolation, because isolation will lead to depression and a whole lot of other things that you really don't want to get in. So I think I'm off my soapbox now. But anyway, I just wanted to talk to you guys. Hey, I have to put another coat on here in just a little bit, so I think I'll come back on live and just paint, not just chit chat. Because I had somebody tell me they wanted me to stop chattering so much while I was painting and just paint. So I was just like, oh, all right. So, but I feel it's kind of awkward to have a camera on you while you're painting and not pretend that y'all are in the room with me and talk to you. So that's kind of awkward. But anyway, I'll come back on. We'll paint, not talk about the serious stuff. But I did want to just share my heart a little bit with this. Let me read some comments real quick. Oh, thank you, Faye. Hey, Linda. Listen, if I don't ever want anyone to feel like they are all alone in the world. And if you feel like you're all alone in the world, I want you to feel free that you can message me. I'll be happy to talk to you. It's a time of where it can easily become very lonely. And I don't want us to get stuck in that trap. That's a very hard place to be. I've been there, and I know how hard it is. So if you feel like you're alone in the world, just message me and I'll be with you, because I'm here. I'm kind of alone myself, but I got people. I'm staying connected, and that's what I'm encouraging you to do, is to stay connected. And like I said, I'll be back in an hour or so, and we'll paint and talk about fun stuff rather than the stuff that's happening in the world. Thanks for shoving in. Bye, guys.